This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV at Cloud Expo East in New York, sitting here with a couple of guys from Windstream, Matt Preschern and Rob Carter. We're going to talk a little high-level view about cloud. We're going to talk some product details. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Matt, let's take the high-level view of Windstream and what it's all about.
Great. Thank you very much. Really appreciate being here today. Exciting times for us at Windstream. We continue to invest heavily in our cloud efforts. We're seeing tremendous growth, 20-25% in our cloud business. And I think a couple of reasons for that. When I think of our customers, who are primarily mid-market customers. If you're a mid-market customer and you work with Windstream, you're not going to be another cog in the wheel. Mm-hmm. We work with you, we engage with you, we come to the whiteboard, we really put a lot of emphasis into how can we create the best solution that fits both your business and your IT. Mm-hmm. You may have heard our brand promise is called Smart Solutions Personalized Service. Mm-hmm. And I just recently met with a customer again, and it's exactly that what differentiates us.
Well, now, how has that changed maybe in the last couple of years? I think what I perceive is that customers in cloud are like on this fast track where they've learned a lot in just a couple of years. But what's your perception?
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. I think the cloud is, is probably one of the hottest topics. Mm-hmm. I think customers are increasingly interested. And I think the most important thing in that is that you have to design a cloud solution that's right for you as a customer. And that can be a simple co-location project. It can be a private cloud. It can be possibly some form of a hybrid cloud. Mm-hmm. The question you always have to ask yourself is, do you have a partner, a participant that wants to do that with you and is there with you all the way through? And when I think of Windstream, and I think of the investments that we're making, and also some of the key partnerships. So we've worked very closely with EMC. We're in constant conversations with Cisco. We just entered a fantastic partnership with Racemi. And all of that helps us build out our infrastructure solutions. But at the end of the day, I think the way we're approaching it, again, focused on the issues that customers have, is what differentiates us the most.
Yeah, it's interesting. You sort of the past way of doing things, especially with very large companies, was to create an ecosystem. I think with cloud computing, it looks like the ecosystem is there. You're not really creating it; you're adapting. You're working within it. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I think that holds true quite a bit. I do, however, believe that you have to also have partners that have, very strong technology. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, let's just be, very straightforward here. When you make a decision as a customer to go to the cloud, mm-hmm. there's always some level of risk involved. There's some level of trepidation. You are going to take something, possibly move it from your premises to, somebody else's premise. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that the underlying technology is world-class technology. And then, if you have the right partners who can deliver upon that, that really makes it very strong.
I just mentioned that all the world's an ecosystem. I think all the world's a hybrid as well. At least we're, I think, seeing a strong migration now. People understand that what their unique needs are probably going to involve some sort of hybrid. But at Windstream, what's your experience with hybrid and how your product marketing or your product direction is going?
Yeah, great question. As you see, obviously, at the event, hybrid is a buzz, obviously, within the market. Hybrid has been very real for us since 2009, when we launched our first public cloud. And we continue. Every one of our multi-tenant clouds is hybrid. And that was driven out of reality that customers need to be able to have and meet regulatory requirements, licensing requirements. Over 60% of our customers are hybrid. I'm hearing in the market roughly 30% of the customers overall are going that route. So we've typically been in early adopters from a customer perspective, e-commerce, mission critical. Now we're seeing the rest of the enterprise and the market follow. And we're seeing that trend of hybrid obviously continuing there and grow within our own base.
With your customer base, how much of a learning curve do they have? How much are you guiding them along the path? You know, what's that relationship like? Because this is complex stuff. I mean, there's no way to get around that. You know, what's that relationship like?
No, it really is. It's cutting through a lot of the marketing and grounding in what do they need to do? What business needs are we trying to solve for? What are their customers looking for them to do? How do the users interact with the system? How do their own applications interact with the systems? And that's where hybrid comes in, and it may require a physical server. It may require its own private cloud, dedicated storage for different workloads. And, it's really spending the time with the customer, understand those needs. And I know it sounds cliche, but it's real. It's spending time at that whiteboard, spending time with their engineering team, understanding how that aligns to their business goals, and then designing a solution that works when you implement it. And they're looking for providers like ourselves to be able to come in and do that very quickly. They don't want to have to wait, 6 months to be able to get the solution. We put these things in less than 30 days. You're talking about equipment, procurement, customer requirements, so on and so forth for an entire private cloud environment. But we can do public cloud same day. It just depends on what you're looking for, and the hybrid is really just an extension of that within the data center.
I don't want to look too far in the future because it becomes unpredictable, unrealistic. But if we look in the immediate future and down the next year or two, what are you seeing that's going to be happening with your customers and with your company?
I think a great question. I think the next 12 to 24 months, I believe, just looking at the customer base that we have today, we're seeing a tremendous growth of the mid-market customers who are looking for either network and cloud, and for looking for one provider who can actually integrate that together. And then, as Rob just also pointed out, the single most important thing is not to go in and presuppose what solution your customer may need. It really starts with a trusted advisor type of approach. Tell us what your business issues are. What are your IT challenges? And as long as we then work with our customers and address those, I think we're going to continue to see 25-30% growth, because our customers are telling us we're really helping them with their business.
And then as we look into the future, just a year or two, more of the same, more hybrid, how do you see things moving for you?
Yeah, I see hybrid going out into the customer premise. Obviously, with Windstream integrated value proposition, we have the network, we have the data centers, we have the cloud. How do you take those customers that have done a really good job of building environments, building private clouds themselves, and then being able to offer them those services that make sense from a latency, throughput perspective, and try to get as much as possible in a single pane of glass for them, right? How do we interact with their management system, their change management, so they can move workloads between a very sound facility that they may own and our cloud? And really, it's just, and then the suite of security and all of the other application level support that they need. It's not a focus just on how do we do backups and patching. We're well beyond that. It's really taking it to the next level to make them better.
Hybrid's a word, but there's a lot more to it than that. So hook up, find Windstream online. I'm sure you can find them. Sitting here with Matt Preschern and Rob Carter with Windstream, talking about cloud and everything that's involved with it. Thank you guys for joining us. For folks out there, thanks for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.